How's it going, everybody? So I got to see my most anticipated movie of the year, and that was the Coen brothers' newest film, Inside Llewyn Davis, which stars Oscar Isaac, Carey, Mulligan, John Goodman, and a slew of other characters. And this is a Coen brothers comedy through and through. It's got smart, subtle jokes in it that you'll laugh at. It's got ones that are more in your face that you'll laugh at. And then it still has a chance to take itself seriously, which this film does on numerous occasions, and it's just an overall really enjoyable experience that really they are only capable of delivering in this manner. And it basically follows Llewyn Davis, who's a folk singer in the 60s, and he found some mild success earlier in his career, but now he's alone by himself, and he's basically hit a rut, and he's unwilling to adapt to maybe find future success. He wants to make his music his own way and isn't willing to cooperate with any other method. And that's the part of the charm that puts him in this predicament, that kind of stonewalling himself. And god damn it, I can't do this. How's it going, everybody? So I recently got to see my most anticipated movie of the year, and that was Inside Llewyn Davis, which stars Oscar Isaac, Carey Mulligan, John Goodman, and a whole slew of other characters. And you can tell right away this is a Coen brother through and through comedy, because it's got little subtle humor, it's got hilarious in-your-face jokes, but it still manages to take itself entirely serious, which this film does on numerous occasions. And it basically stars Llewyn Davis as a folk singer in the 60s who's just trying to catch a break for the first time in a while. He found mild success earlier in his life, but now he's in a rut and he just can't get anything going. And part of the reason is he's a very selfish person. He's unwilling to adapt or change or cooperate with other people to maybe find future success, so he kind of is stonewalling himself and placing himself in this terrible situation that he's in. And he just wants to make music, he loves it, but he just does not see, he doesn't see himself kind of commercializing and becoming popular, so to speak, or changing his ways in order to accommodate the needs of others. He wants to make his own music. And they basically drop this movie into a week into this guy's life, and so there really isn't a set beginning and end to his story. It kind of just placed right into it and thrown in the thick of things. And throughout this week you kind of learn that he is an asshole, but maybe he's an asshole because nothing ever seems to go his way. Every single day brings along a new character, and each character just kind of shits on him more and more, to where why would he even be nice? Why would he view life as a lovable thing, something that you should appreciate, when he just keeps getting knocked down and no one ever helps him back up? And even when it seems like things are about to go his way, they still don't, and you kind of end up feeling sorry for him, even though he comes off as a bit of an asshole. And that's part of the charm that comes from Oscar Isaac, even though the character, I wouldn't say is supposed to be disliked, because he's the lead and he's very enjoyable, but I think that comes from Oscar Isaac's performance and his kind of lighthearted attitude towards a lot of things that come his way, because even when he's an asshole, it still makes you root for his side of the thing, or his side of the story. And his interactions with a lot of these characters is what makes the movie so well, and they don't reveal a whole lot, but they slowly open up about his background and his relationship towards them and why he does the things he does. And the music he produces in this movie is very well and pleasing to the ears, and the soundtrack is just great for this movie. And I love folk music, so maybe I'm being a little biased, but I thought all of it was great. And there's specific songs in this movie, though, that I feel were specifically spoofing what exactly we appreciate about it, and whether it should be commercialized, and to the extent of how much they're willing to change. And Oscar Isaac's character is unwilling to go that route, and so he kind of just throws himself on the ground over and over again, and it feels like an never-ending cycle that he's going to go through. And some of the other characters he meets along the way are very entertaining, so to speak. John Goodman is just a hoot as he turns in his usual Coen Brothers performance and kills it. I don't know exactly what his character was doing, but they were just in a car for about 20 minutes, and he just kept crapping on Oscar Isaac's career choice and how much folk music does not seem like real music at all, and it's just funny and a joy, and people of folk music will get a real kick out of it. And this film looks beautiful as well. I don't know the method in which the Coen Brothers used, but it has this like light blue opacity to it, and it kind of gives it this 60s vibe that the film was set in, and they just did a very good job there. And I liked a lot of the side characters. Like I said, I mentioned John Goodman, but I thought Carey Mulligan was very good in her limited time, and I forget his name. He's on Homeland, but he's the owner of this Chicago place. He was very well in his very limited role, and then there's other characters that were just humorous and brought a little bit of different type of tones and characters and scenarios to the thing to kind of set you off a bit. Sometimes they would make you laugh, other times they'd kind of put you in your seat and kind of push you back a little bit and really shine a light on characters' past behaviors. And overall, I thought this movie was very well, and it lived up to its expectations that I had going for it, which is kind of hard to do because I expected this to be a masterpiece, and I mean it wasn't, but it still was a very great movie, and for that I'm going to give Inside Llewyn Davis a 9 out of 10, and I highly recommend you see this. It's going to be one of my favorites of the year, and hopefully one of your favorites of the year. So if you like my review, give me a thumbs up, and until next time, guys, I'll see you later. We're so